I'm Sonie Thakkar with the World in a Word podcast. And in this episode, we have another wonderful story with Rushabh Turakhia. Welcome again, Rushabh.
Thank you so much, Sonie.
And Rushabh, this story is all about experiences of life, isn't it? Where we're talking about failure and success. And in that sense, every stage in life is like a crossroad because you might want to look at things in a different way, or you just take a different turn and life changes.
True.
And that's what this story is about. Tell us more about it.
So this story, it's where I learned, you always have heard stories of big people that how they have gone through failure and then they have come up and become very successful. So this is a story of this vegetable seller, on a typical car, what you call a bakery pe. And I was talking to him. That's when I understood that failure is just a process. The moment you stick to it, then it's an end. Otherwise, it's just a continuity. It's just a path to go to a success.
And that's such simple wisdom, isn't it?
Yeah, such a simple wisdom,
Yes.
and from a cart seller
Yeah.
who gave it.
Yeah. Wow.
He's not someone who's a who is giving his story of life. He's someone who's. So while I was talking to him, and first I just went and stood next to him because there were many customers. And then the ladies bargaining for those extra 5 rupee ka dhania extra free, and he would politely give it to them. And that's when I started talking to him, and that's when he said that he had a business of kerosene supply. He had 2 trucks, and with which he would take kerosene supply and to go give to different people. But the relatives who were working with him and his people, they did some wrong things and misappropriated the fund, and he had to suffer loss of 15 lakhs. This is in 2007.
So he was backstabbed by his
Yes. The people who were working with him and his relatives who were working with him. In 2007, he had a loss of 15 lakhs, and he had to sell lots of things, even his house, at that point of time, to pay back his vendors, as well as even his trucks were stolen. And even after paying back, he still had a loss of 15 lakhs. So that's when he started then selling vegetables. He shifted to a very small one-room chawl and started selling vegetables. And it was very close by where he stayed because in between, even his wife used to come and stand right next to him. So that's when you learn that even he had seen some good things in life, and now he's right on the road selling vegetables, and so polite. Because while we were chatting, there were customers who were coming to him buying vegetables, and they would bargain with that 5 rupee, 10 rupee, come karo. I was like, okay, 5 rupee mein kaun kya bungalow bandne wala? I mean, who's going to make bungalow in that 5 rupees bargaining with this guy who's been standing whole day selling vegetables? It's something to learn from them, and while listening to them, and there's a rule everywhere in Mumbai which I've seen, that they don't own the cart, because you have to pay 1200 rupees per cart so that you can sell your vegetables. And I said, how much would a cart cost? So he said 7,000 rupees. So that's when I thought that, this is something, if it's not just fishing, I can teach him how to fish if it can help him.
And imagine a cart being an asset.
And cart being an asset. So that's when I thought that let me give something to him. And that's when I shared with him. And the guy who was non-stop chattering, he was like speechless. He didn't know what to say. And he was like, okay, don't talk anything else. It's okay. And I left with a cart full of blessings.
Well, I'm sure you did, because you must have changed his life completely.
Possibly.
And you're not in touch with him, of course.
I once again, I had gone into that area, and I just said him hi while passing by.
Right. And has he bought himself a cart?
I didn't ask that.
Of course, you never do you? Wow. I can't imagine a cart, and it changes your life. And sometimes it could be something very small, but it's the way you look at it. And you change direction, life changes direction, and experiences change you. And that's what this podcast is all about. Such stories, such sharings, such perspectives on life. And maybe you'll find a way out of your crossroads. Thank you for joining us today and joining Rushabh Turakhia on his mission to spread kindness through this wonderful card, on which you will see your turn now. And here's the Hindi version.
अब आपकी बारी.
अब आपकी बारी है. So join us for further details. Of course, you can connect in the description to spread the mission of kindness which Rushabh has started quite a few years ago. Thank you for joining us today. In a Word podcast. Stay tuned for the next episode.
Thank you. It's your turn now.
Thank you. You find these stories interesting? Then like, share, and subscribe.